I've had a few people ask me how I use this and how to make one. So if you'd like to know how and why, then carry on watching and all will be revealed. Well, I think I'll start off with why I choose to use my textured papers and this little template. I enjoy putting 3-inch squares into my art journal. It's a grid system, and for those of you who have joined my channel and watched the various textured papers that I've constructed over the last few months, you'll remember that I've put these together, and this goes into my art journal, and I'm able to remember the colour combinations and how I did it, and how much I enjoyed showing you how I put these various textures together. So I suppose the next part of the query is, why do I do it? And the answer to that is that I can isolate areas of the textured paper to find out which parts actually appeal to me. So, you know, if I liked that bit there, I could get my pencil and draw around it and then cut it out. So, you know, I could get a pencil and draw around that, or I could get this area here. It depends on what I'm going to do on my 3-inch square grid. So it's a really easy way of finding areas in isolation on your textured paper, because sometimes you get very overwhelmed with it and you think there's nothing on there that's actually worth keeping. But when you isolate the various different areas, you might find that there's bits and pieces on it that you really like. I'm just demonstrating a few of these areas that may not appeal to you on your first look at what you've just created. You can even do it on this kind of botanical work. So this part here is very mushy and not very interesting, but if I isolate areas, there's parts of it that are really very appealing to me. So for example, that there, I could draw a line round and cut it out, and that would probably go into my book of 3-inch squares. So there would be 2 there that I could cut out and use in my book. So the next question is, how do I make this? Well, it's extremely easy to make, and if you are a kind of person who likes to measure things and have everything perfect, you can make some marks on your paper. I would use on this is a very stiff card. This is just ordinary copy paper, just to show you. So I'm making a mark here which is 15 millimeters, which is about ½ inch, something like that. To be honest, when I made this, as you can see, I didn't measure it. All I did was place the the post-it notes on. But let's just say that we're going to do this as a little bit of a measurement. So that's going to line up like that, and I could put another 15mm, but you don't have to measure it. All you need to do is to place it on the paper and draw around it. So let's say that you've done all your measurements. Should you want to do that, you put your post-it note on and then draw around it and put that against there like that. You can have a thinner border or a thicker border in the middle. You can do exactly what you want, but all you're doing is creating squares. Let's put this down at the bottom. So I'm going to draw around this like that. Draw it around here. Like that. I think you get the idea. Put that in the middle somewhere. I can't see exactly where I'm going, because if I do, my big head will get in your way. I don't want to do that. And then that goes there like that. If you've got squared paper, all the better. You can do this more easily. So all we're going to do now is cut that out. So now I've got a cutting mat. Get my ruler and a sharp craft knife. Keeping fingers right out of the way. You could do this with scissors if you wanted to. So I've not cut through there enough, so I'll just go over it again. It's a bit difficult when you're trying to show you what to do and you can't get your head right over the part you want to cut out. There you go. So all you do is continue to cut the holes, and then you end up with your template. Once you've made this template, you don't have to worry about doing any more measurements, because when you have used this and it's falling to pieces, just put it over the top of your next card stock that you want to make another template and draw around it. So I hope that answers the question. I hope it makes choosing what to cut more easily for you, and I look forward to seeing what you have created. So once again, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you did. I'd love to be able to show you more ideas and tips and tricks. So thank you once again, and I'll see you next time. So bye for now. Bye bye.